shout out to the Dallas Wings as we just showed that clip. We gotta get over there and watch them over there at what's that, UTA?
The CPC, College Park Center.
College
right
Park,
there at
UTA.
Shout out to the Wings because right now, number 6 in the entire league, 3rd in the West.
Okay.
They're doing their thing.
Make some noise. Make some noise.
They play tomorrow. It's gonna be a tough game. But at the same time, Satu and everybody over there carrying their weight. Team Jordan with Chelsea.
Okay.
Satu, Alicia, doing their thing, man. I'm proud of the Wings right now.
That's good. That's good. Listen, breaking news, if you don't know, the Hawks just defeated the Milwaukee Bucks, and you said that Giannis was a hyperextension. You said he's good. You already diagnosed that he's gonna be back, or
the moment I saw the play on replay because I was watching the game, and it did look like he pretty much, it's called an overstep in basketball where your knee.
They say his leg bent like a bent.
Yeah, so it goes. Okay, there's a camera right here. So your knee right here, it goes that way. It does that right there. It's called a hyperextension. It really didn't tear. Where it looks wobbly, almost like that leg did last year. So yeah, it's just a hyperextension. Everybody, put some ice on it. He'll be good in 2 or 3 days.
Well, they play again. What's today? Tuesday.
Today is
They're
Tuesday.
going to play on Thursday. So you think he'll be ready to go by Thursday?
So game 5 should be Thursday in Milwaukee. I think that the crowd in Milwaukee, plus the people outside of Milwaukee, standing outside the building, it's going to be a lot of hype. With him and Trey now being hobbled. I think that Giannis and them should close the game out, but however, Trey should be good. Giannis should be a little bit sore.
I think Trey will be good.
But kudos to the Hawks. Did you see what they did tonight?
Man, listen, let me read you off these numbers I got right.
Go ahead.
Clint Capella, 15.
And what?
What?
15 and what?
7.
15 and 7. So he had a more an above average KP type game.
Come on. Is that why you did that? Is that exactly why you did that?
Back to you.
Okay. Really? Kevin Herter gave you 15 tonight. Lou Wings, as I like to call him.
Lemon Pepper Lou.
Lou Wings gave you 21. Bogdanovich gave you 20. John Collins only gave you 4 tonight. That's that's not good when Trae Young is gone. He only gave you 4 points.
I think that, okay, so John Collins, a target for the Mavs this coming off season. I think that if you look at it, John Collins did an amazing job when it comes to the defensive end, which is why he only gave you 4 points. He allowed the other Hawks to score. And despite Trae Young being on the sideline, I think that John Collins was a key piece because, if you look at the Bucks, if there's no Trae Young, who's the first other Hawk you think of?
John Collins.
Exactly. So I think that I think Coach Bud for Milwaukee kind of keyed in on John Collins, which allowed Herter and Capella.
Cam Reddish gave you 12 tonight.
Cam Reddish.
Gallinari gave you 10.
And he's back. Gallinari, and then there's another person I'm not thinking. Bogdanovich.
Okay. Bogdanovich, yeah, he gave you 20.
So Bobby hit 6 threes in the game. So I'm hearing the Hawks announcers go, well, Bobby's back, which tells me that there's a lot of Hawks helping you out
really,
right now.
We're calling him Bobby too?
They do.
Okay. Well, I don't know if we can have 2.
You can, because one's more effective than the other.
Okay.
Ask Vegas Bob about that.
Bobby V. His name's Bobby V.
Yeah.
We talked about him with
I'm sorry,
Kevin
y'all.
Hager.
I'm sorry. I'm dealing with allergies. I'm trying not to sneeze on the air, so forgive me.
Go ahead and sneeze, man. Get it out.
I can't.
Go ahead and get it out, man. Last night, we saw something happen. Playoff P showed up big time last night against the Phoenix Suns. And I got to be honest with you, man. I'm a little worried for the Suns. That game was in Phoenix.
That was in Phoenix.
And Paul George went in there and did that. And then they got to go back to L.A.?
So, America, be very, very leery of Paul George and what he can do right now. That dude right there, man, I'm telling you like this. I think that
he's had the best playoffs.
I think he has, and he and Trae Young, I think.
Yes.
And a lot of people around here, because of the Clipper hate, the newfound Clipper hate. I think that a lot of that has to do with it. I think that he named himself Playoff P.
Yeah.
Which really didn't help. Fellas, never give yourself your own nickname.
That's not true. I call myself the front runner now.
Yeah, people call me Toe and people call me Vosh. I never gave myself this nickname. But with that being said, he's living up to the hype, his own hype. He had to personally hype himself up, and so he's delivering right now in these playoffs.
John Brown John said he's not giving John Collins the max.
He doesn't deserve a max. Okay. He's not even a top 10 player in the game.
Yeah, no, he's not gonna get a max, but he'll get a high contract.
John Collins?
Yeah.
To me, he's more like a mid-level exception guy. He's not like I'm not putting guys like. Would you put Reggie Jackson over him right now?
Right now? No.
John Collins.
Over John Collins? No, I'll take John Collins.
You would take John Collins over Pat Beverly? Over Reggie Jackson?
Yeah, because the team needs that area more than they do point guard right now. They got you got JB. The Brunson burner, Jalen Brunson. I don't need him right now.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's like 6'9".
Okay.
John Collins is. He's a sleeper guy.
Okay.
I believe in, and I love his game.
John Brown John, does THJ deserve 20 mil? That's probably what John Collins would probably get about 25 mil.
Okay, so JBJ?
Yeah, Brown John Brown is what it's called.
So BJB. Nah, I don't like that. Excuse me, Mr. Brown. $20 million is more like your minimum wage when it comes to the NBA. So yeah, every single player, pretty much they can score over 15 points a game. If they can give you 15 points a game, they deserve $20 million.
Well, as I tell you, you got to make a decision now, because if you pay Tim Hardaway Jr., you can't pay Jalen Brunson.
But he's not up though, is he?
Well, he'll be up next year, and next year you got to pay. You're going to be paying Luka, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Kristaps Porzingis unless you can't move it. So
who's the last person you just named?
Kristaps Porzingis.
I'm not paying that.
Okay, well,
I already paid that.
Right now you still got that contract on the books, and as I've said, if you sign Jalen Brunson, he has to start. He cannot.
He doesn't.
No, you can't. No, he's too good to be coming off the bench.
What are we doing?
He's too good to be coming off the bench. Everybody, and now the fact that Van Gundy already pointed out that he's a starter in the league, they're going to tell him we can go somewhere and make more money and start somewhere.
All right, so stop right there. Mm-hmm. This is not the NFL. All right.
Right.
So whenever you hear Van Gundy or Keyshawn, I'm sorry, not Keyshawn, but
Mark Jackson.
No, the basketball equivalent of Keyshawn Johnson. Jalen Rose.
Oh God.
So whenever you hear football Jalen Rose or basketball Keyshawn go, hey, say he needs this kind of money, he needs this kind of money. No, it's just the going rate of a guy who has an upside.
Okay.
So I would love to keep him on my bench. I mean, D
He's
Fish.
not gonna want that though.
But okay, so Kobe had Derek Fisher for pretty much his whole career. Yeah. Derek Fisher was your fringe starter, but he was better off the bench. There's a whole bunch of players like that. I'm not really concerned or too much concerned about how much he's going to make or if you make Jalen Brunson a starter or not. Because, I mean, I think that you keep him right now in his role. He's comfortable right there in his role.
Well, getting back to the Phoenix side of the ball, I'm a little concerned for Phoenix. They lost at home. That's another one of those situations like when the Mavericks had the Clippers beat. You gotta finish them off. You gotta put your foot on your neck and go for it. And everybody says they tired or whatever the case may be. This dude right here is killing right now, and he hot. And he don't look like he's slowing down no time soon.
At the end of this series, and I'm gonna say it, Clippers in 7.
Wow, you going to Clippers in 7?
Here's the thing though.
Devin Booker, my guy Devin Booker's got to play better.
You know what? All right, so I'm going there with this. All right, America, listen to me real carefully. If the Clippers win this series, Paul George needs to go right over to the guy that wears number 21 in white, or for the Clippers, his name is Patrick Beverly. He needs to go over there. He needs to hug him and say, I appreciate what you've done for me in this series. The moment you broke or bloodied Devin Booker was the moment this series swung in the Clippers' fashion.
It really did.
Or the Clippers' favor. And it's because Devin Booker is young, and young players don't know how to play off of injury. They just don't. They play excitable. They play with energy. But when you get over 27, 28 years old, now you're being cerebral. Paul George is showing the world that. And so I think that Devin Booker's not ready for that part right now. And he's letting that shit get into his head. Chris Paul has to be the one.
I was gonna go another route. I think that they bought Chris Paul back too soon, and that kind of killed their momentum too. Because Cameron Payne kind of suffered a little bit when he came back. I said, don't put him in yet. Let them see what they could do without Chris Paul. And they put him in that game, and I was like, it don't feel. The flow is off. The flow was off because that night before when Cameron Payne gave you like what 30?
He gave you 27, 29,
yeah,
something like that.
Somewhere in the 30 range, and Ayton was doing this, and I was like, man, that's gonna kill their momentum. And I be goddamn, and they put him in to kill their momentum.
You know what happens? All right, so here's another nugget I'm about to drop. All right, Chris Paul is a legend for a reason. Mm-hmm. Legends make role players seem like they're Marilyn Monroe when it comes to looking at them. All right, they could be Sharkeisha in the streets, but your legend will elevate you and make you look like Doja Cat. Okay.
Oh my God, I forgot you got a new deal.
I do. I love that girl. But anyway,
get out of there.
Chris Paul has a knack for elevating his players mentally, so he's gonna tell Cameron Payne and Cameron Johnson and what's the other guy? The good one, Miles.
Mikal Bridges.
Yeah. So he's going to make guys like that look like they're Barbie dolls when it comes to putting on lipstick and makeup and all that stuff. So basically he's telling Cameron Payne, hey, go ball out, young fella. You can do it. I believe in you. And it's almost like in the movie Space Jam when Bugs Bunny gave all those dudes water he sold it as Michael's juice.
Yeah.
Right? So it's all a placebo effect that he does. And kudos to Chris Paul. I used to didn't like him, but at the same time now I'm seeing what his brain does, and it brings more to basketball than just, hey, I can cross you over and pull up at the elbow. Now it's a mental effect, and it's working for his basketball team.
Yeah, in this new Space Jam, we probably can get him like some vitamin water or something, get him going.
Let's just cancel the new Space Jam and just take it
off the Goon Squad. Go get Goon Squad. Yeah, I'm a little concerned. I need the Suns to come out. The Suns have to win tomorrow night. If they do not win tomorrow night, series is over. The Clippers got it. Series is over. There is no comeback if they don't win tomorrow night.
Tomorrow, I would just say that I think that that Cameron Payne will come out and give you an impact. I think that Chris Paul sees what's going on behind the scenes, and he goes, you know what? I'll scale back, and I'll still let you cook, young fella, because I think that my road is almost done, but at the same time, I'm trying to get to the finals. I think he lets Cam have a quarter. If Cam can get cooking for a quarter, and if Chris Paul can give you the same energy that Cam is going to give the team tomorrow in LA, the Clippers have to weather that storm.
Right.
But I think that the Phoenix Suns will start hot. You have to start hot, Phoenix, because you're in LA.
You got to. Yeah. This is a game right here. You can't play around. You got to come in there and put your foot on their throat and keep it there. Don't let up. Let's talk about something that's very entertaining to me these days. Your guy, Scottie Pippen.
Okay.
What did you call him? What kind of side piece?
He's the best side chick of all time.
The best side chick of all time. Here, let me make sure I get that. Tovar's calling the best side chick of all time.
Best side chick of all time.
He's acting like a side chick right now who ain't getting his way because he sure is dropping dimes.
I know a few of them too.
Yeah, he's dropping dimes. He's talking. He and you know what, man? I'm gonna say it. I'm being for real. I feel kind of bad for Scottie right now. He just lost his son, and then he's got his ex-wife. She's going around.
Oh my gosh, ex-wife.
I'm sorry, his current wife.
Okay,
going around sleeping with players and sleeping with everybody. It's rough on him, but I'm not excusing his behavior.
Wait, stop right there. Let me see if she's under the table.
No, all right, no, she ain't under there.
Well, Larsa, good. Back to you. Sorry, Cat.
Sorry, Cat. So he goes on Dan Patrick and he, this is some stuff. I don't even know where to start. He called Phil Jackson a racist. He went in on Michael Jordan. Which I can understand where I can see. That was only a matter of time before he came out with the Michael Jordan stuff.
Yeah.
He said that the whole shoot the ball Steve Kerr deal was planned and stuff like that, and I'm just like, okay. Then he goes with the Tony Kukoc situation. well, before that, he was getting into it with Durant, and then he said LeBron won the championship by himself in Miami.
He's had a bad week.
In his eyes,
he's had a bad 2020, 2021.
Yeah, and he's letting loose, man. I'm just concerned for my guy.
COVID hasn't helped him.
So I guess I want to start with the Phil Jackson is racist comment.
Do you think that he?
I mean, I remember when he was in New York, he called LeBron's crew a posse.
A posse,
a posse and everything like that. And
so Scottie could be onto something because also it was the whole I'm not going to speak about that certain group.
Yeah.
But if they keep listening to rap music type comment that he made, Scottie also brought that up, which has a lot of weight to it.
Yeah.
We won't gloss over it, Phil. One of the best coaches of all time, but at the same time, your view sometimes could be skewed because it could be, seen as, a form of racism. That word is played out,
right?
But it is what it is. Call it what it is. And as far as the rest of the week that Scottie's had with, going against KD, he was right about the Kukoc situation. KD was. Because Scottie did throw a tantrum when Phil drove a play for Kukoc. I was there. Scottie had the whole thing with referee Hugh Hollins.
Mm-hmm.
Scottie's been through it, man.
He has. In the year that Michael Jordan left, he was up for MVP that year. He wasn't gonna win over Hakeem that year, but because Hakeem was balling that year.
And then I always say, Scottie was never a top 5 player in the game. If you go back and look at it.
That's what I'm saying. That year that Michael Jordan left, like, that was a really good year for him.
That was a rage year, a fire year.
Yeah, that was a fire year. And then they went to the playoffs, and I think they got eliminated by the Knicks, right?
I think that was the Knicks year because then they went to go play Hakeem and them.
Right. And then the next year, that's when Orlando went, and that's when they eliminated them.
Right. So that was the 96 when Jordan.
And that's Jordan came back. He was 45. Well, he started out 45.
So yeah, revisionist history. Going back and looking at that, Pippen pretty much almost elevated himself to be, like a top 5 player. But at the same time, like, you had other teams. So back then they were just good ass teams. Mm-hmm. Today we view those guys as super teams.
Right.
So Orlando was deep. Back then it was called being deep. Orlando was deep from Dennis Scott to Nick Anderson to Penny to Shaq to Horace Grant, and then you go over to the Knicks when they had Starks and Harper and Charles Smith and Oakley, those guys, and Patrick Ewing. So Doc Rivers was on that team too.
Right.
And then Houston, Sam Cassell and Robert Horry and Ellie and all those dudes.
Otis Thorpe, Vernon Maxwell.
In fact, I didn't even name King and Kenny. So those teams
Scottie Brooks was on that team too.
Right. Those teams were built. They were not super. And so, like,
we forgot about Big Shot Bob. He got 7. He got 7, y'all.
I said his name.
He got 7 rings.
He doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame. But I said his
name.
Man,
he got 7 rings.
I don't give a shit if he got
George
7
got
rings.
6.
I don't care.
And he's got 7.
So?
We're going to do a documentary.
Robert Horry never carried.
You know we're going to do a documentary.
For Robert Horry?
Yeah, called The Epic Journey.
And it's going to be 30 minutes long.
Well, no, we're going to talk about every stop that we made and got a championship. We're going to start with Houston. So you go to L.A., right. Then San Antonio.
So you just taking a pit stop and pitching greatness?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
30 minutes long.
Well, I don't know about pitching, but that's not 30 minutes. We want to break it down in the parts like they did with the we probably won't have 10 moments, maybe about 6. We'll keep it 6.
And you know what? That shit won't even get a segment.
Wait, no, we'll have one for every ring. So we could do one. We really could do one every day of the week. Month start from Sunday to Saturday if we wanted to.
It won't even last that long. That shit will last as long as never mind. We ain't going there. But back to these teams though. With Pippen and them, like, I think that Pippen has. Well, he forgot about the LeBron thing because he said that LeBron really didn't have help, which has skewed his argument wrong. Because I've always said this to you young people.
Right there, they got it. It's on you right now.
Okay, so with these young people, you young folks, Pippen was wrong. LeBron had lots of help, and notice LeBron never said anything.
No, we don't notice LeBron never.
Notice LeBron never even jumped in the conversation between Pippen, Durant and Stephen A. Smith.
Well, we don't need to do that. We
Why
don't need
not?
to do that. We don't need to do that.
Because LeBron loves to jump into conversations.
Nah, we good. We over there.
Social media, LeBron
Look,
James.
we trying to promote Space Jam too. We ain't got
So
time for all this.
promote the movie and promote Space
Neither
Jam.
neither one of them are in, so we don't have any ties to that.
All right, so let's not LeBron. Stay.
We call it staying in your lane. We staying in our lane.
How do the firefighters call it? Ghost. You go 0 dark 30 on me or some shit they call it.
Yeah, but don't worry about that. We good. We don't need to be a part
What
of
is
that.
it called? Add to if I on Twitter. Let me know. But what happens is like LeBron had a lot of help, and Pippen was wrong. But Stephen A. had to correct him and say, "Hey, he had Kyrie. LeBron had Wade. LeBron had Kevin Love. LeBron had Chris Bosh. LeBron had Jesus, God, Noah, Methuselah, Abraham, all of them. He had Obama, Bill Clinton, and Trump."
Just gets a shot at Ray
And
Allen.
so what happens is like people forget about it. You young folks forget about it. Again, until I send you on argue tomorrow. But no, I do love that Stephen A. Even Stephen A. Your guy Stephen A. had to correct him and say, no, he had lots of help. So right now, I think Scottie Pippen is kind of whacked out of his mind right now.
Yeah, I mean, look at his hair, man. He's all over the place, man.
Is that like a side chick thing? They let themselves go?
I don't know,
like,
man, but I kind of feel bad for him. Like, he just lost his son, so he's not as entertaining as it might be. I'm worried for the guy. I really
is he still employed with ESPN? With Rachel Nichols in them?
I don't think so. I don't know, but I know he's right. So the whole thing is they were trying to say he's trying to promote his book, and they feel like this book is a diss track to the Last Dance because at first everybody was saying that he was happy. He said I'm happy, I'm cool with it, and then he comes back and says, well, nah, I ain't happy with it. I don't like the way they portrayed me in the deal.
Talk to your boy.
But that's not his boy.
Right.
Come to find out.
Go talk to your boy. Because what happens is what Scottie and Mike have to do is kind of hash it out. But I don't think that they did because Mike was going at him about his quote unquote headaches. Remember that?
Yeah.
His headaches. So he was like, Scottie had headaches. Scottie had a cycle, during the finals. And I'm like, wait, dudes don't get cycles.
See that kind of thing there? A guy like Michael Jordan, is pissed off about that because Michael Jordan, like, man, I had a freaking flu when I played.
Right, which ended up being food poisoning.
Yeah, whatever it was, I had food poisoning. I still played. That's a tribute to Luka, upset about KP going to the club in the middle of the playoffs. Like guys like that who Kobe Bryant will tell you that's why Kobe didn't like Shaq or was upset with Shaq.
Called him fat and everything.
Yeah, because he was saying in the interview, he's like, I was mad because I felt like I was putting in work and you wouldn't. You just showed up and, just did whatever you wanted to do. And I had a problem with that.
And rightfully so.
Right.
I think that as a leader should be offended when it comes to a person with your equal amount of talent versus you putting in work and grinding. Dirk did it. Luka, I think Luka's doing it. After games, we actually see Luka on the court shooting, fadeaways.
I remember the first time Luka lost the game because of free throws. It was against the Spurs, his rookie year here. And after the game, we went to the locker room and they was like, Luka not doing an interview. He down the gym shooting free throws.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I like it. I like it a lot.
That's a rarity. That's called some unicorn type shit.
Right.
So KP going to the strip club.
Yeah, he wasn't happy about that.
And you know what's funny?
What's that?
Vosh wasn't happy about that.
Well, we know.
When he heard about it. We're talking about me, y'all. When I first heard about KP going to the strip club, I threw a rant. And then the members on this show who are not being seen right now attacked me for saying, hey, man, that's just what they do after games. They Billy, they go unwind to EA. Oh, they're just pros. I'm like, yo, no, listen.
Yeah, now he wants them gone.
I'm like, yo, listen. There's a big ass deal because Kobe Bryant would have kicked somebody's ass for going to the strip club. In fact, Kobe Bryant would have went to the strip club, bought it out, and told him to close early, type shit, just to keep my guy from going to the strip club. Michael Jordan went to Vegas just to go get Dennis Rodman. We saw that, right?
I gotta go get him, bring it back.
Yeah. So I mean, my sideshow guy, my sidekick, my number two person, my the person I think that's gonna, carry my weight when I'm pretty much not doing wrong is in the club after a game in the playoffs, game 1 against the Clippers, right? So it really doesn't sit with me. It didn't sit with me well back then. It damn sure doesn't now. And because now we're hearing, all these reports of Luka being mad, I told y'all, and I had my hands up going, man, you know what? I was right, and I felt Luka back then. But now it's coming out now that KP was just, doing some bullshit. And what you call some bullshit in the locker room?
I'll wait till, you know what I would do? I'll wait till Thursday to talk to you about that baseball stuff, because I need you to explain to me why guys are getting naked on the mound in baseball.
They're
just pulling their pants down.
Hey,
on the mound. I need you to explain that to me,
bro. If you,
Cat. That's what's going on.
On Thursday, on this edition of Best for Business, pitchers are getting naked on the mound.
Yeah,
I'll explain why in 2 days.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta know why. I'm confused on what the hell's going on. But can you tell the women and the fellas, because of the Me Too movement, I do have to say that, where they can find you at?
Well, happy Pride Month again. We're actually winding down on Pride Month, but I am an ally, and you're
oh yeah, big supporter of the LGBT community. We'd like to give a shout out to them. We want to actually give a shout out to those who choose to live an alternative lifestyle, and we want to give a big welcome shout out to the L's of the LGBT community. Big supporter.
Yeah, we love the L's. But no, find me at Tovash10 on Twitter, Tovash Hatcher on Instagram. You can find me at the lake this 4th of July weekend.
It's Monday, right?
It's on Monday, the 5th.
Okay.
And so we're observing that weekend.
Yes.
Hopefully catching a lot of catfish, having fun, eating some barbecue, stuff like that. And then at the casino, maybe. Just hit me up, though.
Yeah. I saw Tad Prescott posted a picture of him and Fish. So Tad has made this kind of personal, and I didn't want to have to do this, but now when I go out there on Monday, I'm gonna have to make sure we catch some stuff and post it.
Catch them, tag them, bag them.
Yeah, pretty much. You can follow me at FrontRunner88 on Twitter, Walt Chisholm on Facebook. And of course, on Twitter, it is business DFW on Facebook, and of course for the gram, best.for.businessdfw. But most importantly, guys, if you haven't done so yet, go subscribe to our YouTube page. Do that. Hit the notification button. Everything we do, we post it on there. Every time you see the show, we post it up on there. Hit that. Get those follows up for us. We need more subscribers. We just started the page, so we're trying to get subscribers. Thank you to Cat over there on the ones and twos. This jabroni here had to leave because he had to go to work for the enemy, or the ticket as we like to call it. We'll be back here Thursday night. We're gonna get ready for Tovash to tell us why pitchers are getting naked at the mound. You say what?
I was saying hey to Cat.
I'm just wondering why A-Rod couldn't have done that back in the day.
Oh, A-Rod. She wants A-Rod to drop him.
If he can pitch and use some sticky stuff, then maybe he.
Well, he's single now. I mean, J-Lo.
Oh, you sneeze. Allergies,
J-Lo.
right?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Jennifer Lopez.
Low.
I had to make sure I didn't say anything else. Jennifer Lopez and them are not together anymore. So you might have a shot, Cat, at A-Rod. Oh, A-Rod. But we'll be back here Thursday. Keep your feet on the ground. Keep reaching for the stars. I always do what's best for business. And if we don't see you around, then we'll see you around.